Yes, it's Triumph again. How are you? I'm here to plug a charity gig. What else you want from me? That's not enough?
What insults you got coming on today?
Oh, you know, I'm going to talk about things that have never been touched upon before. Like, for example, Artie's weight. Has anyone ever done anything about
Not
that?
really, no.
How about Gary's lips?
Oh.
Good, good. Let's see. Robin's farting problem.
That's a new one.
That's a new one? It's not... Trust me. Sense of smell.
A lot of material.
Heightened sense of smell.
Triumph the Insult Dog from Conan O'Brien Show joins us now. Good seeing you.
Yes, how are you?
Good to see you.
How's everyone, Robin? Beautiful. I love that. Thank you, Fred.
Yes.
Look at Fred. Take a shower, my friend. I haven't seen hair that oily since I accidentally looked up Courtney Love's dress. Whoa.
He's on fire.
Oh,
He
yes.
said hello.
Triumph, are you angry today? I mean, it just seems like you shot out of the box.
I'm sorry, you know, I just... I'm sort of buzzed, you know. I just got back from the Grammys.
Right.
You know, I wasn't treated with respect. As I never am. You know, and I'm wearing what I wore, and so you can see I showed the respect.
But Triumph,
yes.
What I heard was, and this is the talk in the show business community,
Yes, of course it is.
that you were up for Best Comedy Record of the Year.
That's right, for Come Poop With Me.
Right, and the thing that
Thank you
bothered
very much. Available at Amazon.com.
It's a funny record. It really is.
Thank you very much.
Well, who won in this category?
But here's the weird thing,
Yes.
and tell me if I'm wrong, Triumph.
Yes.
Come Poop With Me
Yes.
by Triumph the Insult Comic Dog was up against all records, comedy records, that were either books read by the artist,
Right.
by the author,
Right.
or, like for example, Ellen DeGeneres was up against you,
Yes.
and it was her reading her book. It
She
wasn't
read her book?
It wasn't a comedy performance. Am I right?
You're right, but you know, it was nice to see Ellen on the red carpet, you know, even though we know she prefers blonde carpets.
Right, evidently. Wasn't it funny how during the Grammys they kept going to Ellen in the audience?
Oh, yes. What was that all about?
Well,
Was that, I mean...
You know what happened?
What? What are you doing?
I'm outraged! Too many cutaways to Ellen and Portia.
Right. Well, isn't it because they're lesbians and aren't we
Exactly.
titillated?
It's like, oh, it's a freak show. It was condescending. It
So-
was actually condescending.
You were up against the O'Franken Factor, the very best of Al Franken's radio
Yes,
show.
Yes, that's a big hit. My conch shell has more listeners than Al Franken.
Live at Carnegie Hall, David Sedaris. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what
Who
the hell
is that?
is.
No one knows what that is.
He's a writer. He's a brilliant writer that none of us know.
And here's the funny thing. I knew you were going to lose. I don't even know why you bothered going out there, Triumph, because I showed you the other nominee, The Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
Bingo.
America, A Citizen's Guide to Democracy.
It's like the Billy Crystal of the Zeros, you know.
Jon Stewart wins every award in Hollywood, and I like John. I have him on the show, but is he really that funny, Triumph?
He's fun. He's a good guy, you know. But seriously, if he was any more of a darling to the media, they'd put a bow around his head.
Right.
Then I'd have to stoop him.
Right.
But then at least he'd have one funny bone in his body. Thank you very much.
You really gave it to Joan Rivers on the red carpet.
I did give it to John, but I had many more jokes. They cut me off, you know. There was a little incident where a distraction involving an ugly Jew.
That was standing behind you. Trying to
Yes.
put his hand up you.
That was terrifying.
Yeah.
Who
What was that guy doing?
Was that embarrassing?
Nothing more horrifying than seeing a puppeteer in action.
Yeah.
It's like those Muppet shows where they're behind the scenes of the Muppets, you know, and they've got these guys and they're underneath the stage and they have long red beards because they've stayed under the stage and don't have time to shave, you know.
Well, it's hard to
Very
shave
sad.
with a puppet in your hand, isn't it?
Exactly. Easy to masturbate, though.
But it's funny because Triumph...
Thank you, Fred. Thank you for that.
Yes.
You know, I'm here for charity today, so I appreciate the,
Yes.
the fake laughter.
I think it's crazy that Triumph the Insult Dog is going to do a charity
He's
event.
into charity.
Look, I have to give something back. I'm very lucky. You know, I've had a lot of success in the industry, and I spent, 2 months every morning waking up eating scrambled eggs off Lola Falana's ass back in the 70s.
Have you had a lot of success? I mean, we see you on Conan, but did your
a lot of
album?
Bet I carry Conan's ass.
Did your album sell well?
My album was, yes, it sold well.
How many albums did you sell?
I think I sold about 130,000.
That's more than anybody expected.
That's more than anybody expected. And, I think people were a little thrown. It was a little filthy.
Yeah.
There were songs like, good ones though, like Benji's Queer. Did you ever hear that one?
Yeah, that's a good one.
We have heard that.
Benji's queer, Benji's gay. He sees two balls and he barks, hooray!
That's a great song.
Thank you very much, Howard.
That took a lot of effort.
It really did. Did you
Yeah.
see my head go up for
Yes.
emphasis?
No, you're terrific.
Yes.
But you go to the Grammys. And
I go
guess-
to the Grammys.
Did the record company pay for you to go
Are
to the
you
Grammys?
kidding me? They don't remember who I am. They're Warner Brothers. They're off, with Josh Groban, that little hobbit.
So how did you end up going to the Grammys? Who paid for it? Did not this-
Conan paid for it.
Conan paid for it.
Yes, I covered the Grammys for Conan. It's going to be on tonight and tomorrow, I think, too.
I see. So Triumph
Yes.
will be there. I thought it was hysterical when Triumph showed up on the red carpet with Joan Rivers. And it was funny when that Jew was shown on camera working you.
Yes.
But,
What is the charity that Triumph?
well, I'm going to get to that in a second.
Animal
All right.
charity.
I'm going to get to the
No,
animal
no, no,
charity.
no.
She doesn't like animals. Yeah, Triumph.
Yes,
so you're there on the red carpet with Joan Rivers.
Yeah, I didn't really get all my jokes out. I
What
got
do-
a few good ones.
Could you tell us some of the things you wanted to say?
Sure.
I thought you said it was funny.
Of course I will.
All right, go ahead.
John, it's good to see you. You're really moving up in the world. The TV Guide channel. That channel's so crappy, it's not even listed in TV Guide. Oh, from Johnny Carson substitute. From Johnny Carson substitute to the TV Guide channel. It's really been quite a ride, yes? And the name of that ride is The Free Fall.
Triumph. Well,
Yes.
I mean, these are great jokes. Why didn't they let you get this out? Were they
Are you
afraid?
kidding? They're Joan Rivers. She barely remembered where she was.
They
And
hustled you
I
off.
think that's an act.
You
The
do?
whole MJ Hammer stuff, because you notice you're not talking about her face anymore. No one's bringing up the fact that Joan's skin is so tight that even I have more facial expressions.
You do.
I do.
So is that all the material you're going to say, or were you going to hit it with more zingers?
I had a few more zingers.
What else would you have said to Joan? Could you?
Joan, I normally wouldn't come to an event like this, but you asked me to be here, and I'm a dog, and a dog never turns down a bag of bones. Most people don't know that Joan is a hero in the animal world. Joan's a hero in the animal world
that right?
because, yes, it was her face that inspired the doggy position.
Yeah, look at you on fire.
You know what? Joan at least was kind enough to talk to me. I
Right.
talked, and some of the other scrubs were, Billy Bush, Pat O'Brien.
They
Right.
talk to you on
I
the
mean,
red
well,
carpet?
they're desperate. I mean,
What about, what's your
Billy
name?
Bush, he's trying to fill Pat O'Brien's big shoes. That's like trying to be a better father than Joe Jackson.
Did you talk to, what's her name, Star Jones? She's the other one on the red
Would
carpet.
not talk to me.
She was afraid of Triumph.
Was afraid of Triumph.
Did you have some
yes.
things you were going to say to her?
Yes, I was.
Oh, what were they?
Star Jones, you're cute, but Meredith Vieira, she's probably the hot one on The View, Which is like saying, she's best in show. Star,